we've been gone for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Mark have been discussing, you know, when's the appropriate time to come back and give the people what they want. And we figured today would be a good day because in about 2.5 hours, I'm going to be 30 years old. And when you turn 30, I mean, I'm not there yet, but obviously anytime a decade comes to a close, you're forced to think of a lot of different things, you know. You think about birth. That's something that initially comes to mind, how nobody fucking knows. Like, nobody remembers being born or conceived or that thing. And you also think about, like, the crazy odds of you being born. It's ridiculous.
True.
Right?
That's true.
Of all the times your parents fooled around, this is the night that it happened. But also, some guy on some boat came to another country and met some woman 200 years ago who was, like, selling watermelons, who barely spoke English. And he went up to her and he was like, hey, look, you know, I like your watermelons. You got a nice smile. What do you say you and I get a cup of coffee? And she goes, I don't speak English. And he says, you know what? Just marry me instead. And they did. And that was your great-grandparents. That was it. That's how that happened. And then think about all these things that had the ripple effect. You know, they had 7 kids, but they went for the 8th. And that was your grandfather, the 8th kid. You know, and then he met some woman at a dance. And she was impressed. And then the other guy was a sailor. And this, I don't know. It's just crazy, man, the odds of us all being here. Specifically us being here. They say the odds are like a couple trillion to 1 that you specifically are here, you know? That's probably the biggest reason why anybody who is who they are. It's where they're born, kind of their household, their parents, their upbringing, their beliefs. Like, it makes your entire life, you know? And everybody's shaped so differently. And I've been thinking about that a lot as I've approached this milestone number, and it's, you know, we were just joking about it before, like, you're officially an adult. You know, there's no ifs, buts. You're 30. Like, it's over. You know what I mean? But it's over in the sense of adolescence. I think women, obviously, if we're gonna talk about the 20s, you know, I came into my own with that, and unfortunately, I probably chased the wrong ones. I guess ones with boyfriends. Speaking of that, one who was my girlfriend who went to get another boyfriend. That was fucked up multiple times. But so today I'm at the dentist.
Oh, okay.
Right? In the morning before work.
Okay.
And I've gone there once before, and she was there, and there was this gay guy there who owns the place, and he's like the guy. But I get her and babe, right? And I'm thinking, you know, she's a babe in the kind of way I want. So she's dark hair, probably about 5'2", nice butt. And just very, like, her way is just very, like, maternal and very, like, just comforting, soothing, right? Yeah. And she's like, when I was there last week, she was like, sweetie, we got some work to do here. And I'm like, do we? Yeah, we do. And now her rock is probably the size of this pimple on my... I'm telling you, the rock is ginormous. She's wearing it and she's in my mouth, and I'm like, did she really love him? I don't think so.
Yes.
No, but... So, you know, it's very vulnerable when somebody's in your mouth and they're not proud of it. You know, and you don't think about it because you never look in your mouth. You're like, oh, God. You just brush your teeth and go about your day. Maybe floss a little. Nothing crazy. But I knew I was going to see her again, and I was excited. And I went today, and she goes, you know, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Would I break up a happy home?
Wow.
As if I have a shot.
Wow.
You know, she's seen my mouth. No matter what's going on, like, she's got to be sitting there saying, she probably judges people based off of their cavities. And she's fixing 4 today. She's got to say that this guy's a bum. There's no way I'm gonna leave my husband for you.
But women love projects, though. You know what I'm saying? They love a man they can work on.
But also, like, what kind of prick am I? I'm 30 now. All right, let's call a spade a spade. We got an hour and 17 minutes to go. We're going to be 30. You know, we can't be breaking up marriages. That's something a 26-year-old does, not a 30-year-old, But, I'm talking to a wide range of girls right now, from 23 to 56.
That is a wide range.
It is weird.
But these are the luxuries you afford yourself when you're 29 and 364 days, 23 hours, and 42 minutes.
But I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
One time I fooled around with a married girl. I've said this story before. I'm not going to go into detail what happened, but when I was debating, I was 23, I think, or 22. When I was debating whether or not I was going to do it, I was also with my buddy Mike. Shout out to Dial In for Mike. Horror meets horror. What is it? Wrestling meets horror meets mystery. Subscribe. We're at a Taco Bell, and it's closing. And there's some kid in the back, and he's mopping, right? He's mopping. And Mike's like, Rob, what are you doing? You got to bang this girl. No, she's a woman. She's 46. I'm like, Mike, you don't get it, man. She's married. 9 years. Meanwhile, though, she would talk so much shit about her husband in the office, and I would just sit there and I'm saying, like, oh, my God, you're awful. Who married you? But I'm thinking, what's this? This guy's got to be a jerk off if he's dealing with this. This is terrible. So anyway, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to go through with it. And Mike turns to the guy when he's mopping, right? He goes, hey, do you think my buddy could sleep with this married woman? What do you think he should do? And without missing a beat, the guy who's mopping goes, get it while you can, bro. And it's so funny that a random guy in a Taco Bell during closing, whose probably life, now that I looked at it as an adult now, his life, what got you there mopping Taco Bell at midnight, bro? And I'm taking life advice from you. But how many times I would be in a situation where I'm like, shouldn't I? And I'd be like, get it while you can, bro. I'd be thinking it to myself. I swear to God. Today I had a woman, she bought a car. She was 80 years old. What a sweetheart. Ilga was her name. And the daughter goes to me. She goes, you know what? I want my mother to get a Lexus. It's gonna be her last car. I want her to spend her money and enjoy herself. I'm saying, you got a dead? She's gonna die? This woman, she didn't hear no bell. Like Rocky said, I don't know, Mick. I ain't hear no bell. I didn't want her to die. But
wait, she was insinuating, let's get a Lexus because she's on her way out.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a 3-year lease.
And she goes, the doctor gave me 18 months. I'm like, so you're still going to make the payments though, right? No, but you know what's funny is I get people who are like in the 90s, right? And they'll be like, so what happens if I die during the lease?
God.
And I go to them, I said, what do you care? You're dead. This is really what are you worried about?
But how cute is that? That older generation's like, they don't want to be a burden. It's adorable.
Mark, total shit. I don't care. I'm dead. I'm pushing up daisies. I'm dirt.
Not my problem. Yeah.
You really think I'm going to worry about if my lease gets paid?
If you die?
If I'm on the line to get into fucking heaven? I'm like, what's going on here? Did somebody make my lease payment?
That's the difference between these generations, man. They're going to be up there just checking all the boxes, making sure everything got taken care of.
You know what, though? It's funny because, we talk about stoicism and stuff, too, and there's time we think about death and we think about life. And, it's crazy that eventually the party ends and we all go home, whatever that means. But the only thing we really can control is what we do when we're here.
Yes.
It's a great equalizer. Nobody makes it out alive. You think we're on the precipice. I doubt it. I think we're just going to miss it by about 70, 80 years.
Precipice. That's what I'm saying. We're right there. It's either, some people are going to miss the baton handoff, and it's a shame. No, goodbye. Damn. That's why it's almost worse to die now than like 1,000 years ago.
Is there any part of you, though, that could see yourself being 78, 84, sitting there going, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, if you're nauseous. Dude, You know when you're nauseous, you're just like, I'll tap right here.
That's because you gotta stop eating 6 eggs a day, bro. That yellow yolk is, I tell you, that makes me sick.
You know what I'm saying, though? Dude, there have been times when I'm
Dude,
just
when
like,
I'm hungover, there's times where I'm like, kill me.
you catch me at the wrong moment, I tap.
Then I do the,
Oh, and then you're back in
rumble,
it.
baby.
Yes.
Just,
Oh, well, there you
I
go.
ain't no bell, Mick.
So you prove my point, though.
No, there's times where I say, you know what? If I died, it'd be all right.
Complete
True or
whirlwind
false?
of
I know you don't
nonsense.
watch porn, right? But from one porn aficionado to not somebody who's a porn aficionado.
Okay.
You know what's weird? A thought I have to myself, and maybe this is Catholic school guilt, going to Catholic school my whole life, but when I watch porn, right, which is more than I'd like to think, and going into my 30s, I'm giving it up. I gave it up for Lent. I'm going to give it up for life.
Wow.
I'm sitting here, I'm watching all these women doing these crazy things, right? Sitting there, I'm going, Jesus Christ, she did that. Why'd she invite 7 friends? Getting passed around like a volleyball at the beach. You know, set up, spiked.
Jeez.
Spun around, dreidel. We made this out of clay. No, it's rough, these porn sites. Some weird scenarios. But the thought that always comes into my mind is, how can there be a heaven? Because eventually you're going to get up there. And God's going to go through his little list of the guy at the gate, the bouncer. He's like, you got reservations? And she's like, yeah, you know, me and my 2 friends. And then I got to show you the videotape over here. And it's her with 3 NFL linebackers.
Yeah, they're not coming.
They didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, how could you get through the pearly gates of heaven when there's 96 videos of you online with 84 different men? And maybe I'm being sexist, but the same for guys. Like, now it's all here. Like, now we all know that the world's polluted. Yeah. Before, it was just an idea. Like, oh, maybe there's some sick people.
I know. That's the other thing.
It's like now we know there's sick people.
We know too much. I mean, you talk about the immortality thing. They're going to solve nausea. They're going to solve your knees are busted, you're 90. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
You think if they took a census in heaven, they'd be like, what's the number one reason you guys wanted to go? And this nausea.
I mean, the nausea got me. Anybody else? Low electrolytes?
Baldness? I was good. Electrolytes.
So you're saying all my reasons.
Cheating girlfriends? Yeah.
Bald, unfaithful,
nauseous
spouse.
They made me nauseous, these unfaithful, bald girlfriends.
And Gen Z. No.
But we were talking about this the other day. There's going to be another generation after Gen Z. And
what
they're going to be way worse.
Are we going back to A?
You got to go back. The genie goes back. The Pandora goes back in the box?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we go back from there. I wish we could bottle.
But here's the thing, right?
Unless it's literally, they're telling us this is the last generation. This is biblical.
But, dude, how great would that be? I would love to be part of the end of days. I really would. Because
the apocalypse?
Oh, my God. Wouldn't you?
That's a good point.
What?
Would you rather know it's going to keep going, or would you rather know I saw the end?
Can I ask you this?
That's a great point.
Can I ask you this?
What?
Have you ever fallen asleep during a movie?
Yeah.
Have you?
Plenty of times. Why, though? Oh.
I got to see how it ends.
So, I mean, what does that say?
So that says that you're good. You're good falling asleep. You're good at it ending at the 50-yard line.
Seeing it, yeah.
You don't care if you see the fourth quarter.
No.
I got to know this final score.
Wow. That's a great one. I can see that.
Now, let's hypothetically say you're an old man. Right? You're sitting there. God forbid your wife dies first. I really don't want to put that out there. I'm sorry. But let's just say genetically one of you is going to go first.
Right.
Unless it's a car wreck or a plane crash.
It's more likely to be the man, but in this scenario.
I don't know, actually, if it is.
It is. Men die way faster. Heart attack.
I don't know. You're.
I'm in on this stuff.
I think you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna be really.
Me?
When you die, I'm gonna be very surprised. I'm gonna be like, dude, there is no way I thought he was gonna die.
He had me fooled.
This whole time, I thought he was making it out alive. I swear to God.
Damn.
But now, if you're alone at the end, God forbid you're a widow, and you got no kids, think about how fucking sad that is at the end. Now, that's selfish to say, it'd be nice if your kid comes around with his grandkid. Hey, Dad, it's me, Joe. I brought Nick. And you go, oh, come inside. And he goes, I brought you a couple sandwiches, Dad. Let's talk about life a little bit. Let's catch up. And that whole moment, that's what you've been waiting for all month. Your month has been waiting for your son and your grandson to come by. Right? Which is a lot of people in this world. Now you're going to deprive yourself of that because it's a fucked up world to bring people into?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, but I mean, that's a selfish point.
How many kids are you going to have?
I think we both agree on this, actually. It's until you get one of each.
That's it.
But can you even say one of each without getting canceled anymore? One of each. What did they decide?
Yeah. What's the point of this whole thing? To be like everybody else? To be another tadpole in the pond?
I like this. What's the point of this whole thing? Seriously.
You think, I mean, I know we've talked about people before, like, you know, old school's the best school, something I heard a long time ago, and I actually like it, like Sinatra and these other guys. And
what was Sinatra doing on his 30th? Did he even consider, oh my God, I'm 30 now?
Also, Sinatra was the man.
I mean, this is people we're supposed to aspire to be like.
Right.
Do you think he gave it a second thought? I'm so old.
Do you think he gave it a second thought of, this girl doesn't call me back?
I don't, any of it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
None of it really mattered. I had a girl tonight. She told me we were supposed to get dinner actually tonight.
Oh.
Rather be here, obviously.
Thank you.
But she goes, I go, listen, it's my birthday tomorrow. I forgot. I'm not going to be able to get dinner. And she goes, I can't do this. And I said, ever? And she says, yeah.
What?
Swear to God. That was the girl who played the guitar. Backstory on her was we fooled around. I brought her back to my house, and she actually told me that she slept with a guy 2 days prior.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, huh.
But just up until the other day, she was sending videos of her playing the guitar.
Beautiful song, man. Great voice. But you know what the other thing is? Now, 23-year-old Rob would be chasing that girl down. Now it's like, okay.
Right.
You know? Beauty is really only skin deep. If I can't connect with you on any sort of level, where are we going?
I like that.
You know?
So what about this older woman?
So the older woman, Annie is her name. And Fabio's begging me to set up this double date.
Just give me the, I know we've talked about older women before, but the night you guys met, she seemed adorable.
Annie?
Yeah.
Something about the sun was coming out tomorrow. I told her better bottom dollar. There'll be sun. No, but
listen,
so
I know it's a hard knock life, but at least give me the story.
So now what happens is I'm at a work thing, and I'm on my third old fashioned. I'm feeling good, similar to how I'm feeling now, even though I haven't had 3 old fashions. But the owner of the restaurant comes and he grabs me, right? And he throws me at this table full of 6 women, right? One older than the next.
You mean prettier?
I mean older. But I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm here now. Let me swim to the top. Let me have a conversation with these broads before they expire.
You mean a broad conversation?
No, it was. I wasn't specific.
You wanted to
I was
keep it
broad.
yeah.
No, but there was one of them with hoop earrings, and I'm like, God, I love hoop earrings, man. That's honestly one of my biggest go-tos. Like, you got hoop earrings, and you talk like you're from Long Island or Queens or the Bronx, I'm going to try to have sex with you.
Wow.
I've realized that in my old age. And she was from the Bronx. Not Annie, her friend.
Right.
Hoop earrings. So I comment on her hoop earrings, and I'm like, I got such a thing for hoop earrings. And the woman Annie goes in her bag. She goes, I have hoop earrings. I was gonna wear them tonight. Now all of a sudden I'm feeling like, aw, Little did I know, conversation goes on. She got a restraining order off her husband. They filed for divorce. She just moved in. Restraining order. He was crazy.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. I track that kind of shit. Live in an apartment. There's no furniture yet. Yada yada yada.
She
was looking for me all night. Yeah, she was jumping through hoops. No hoop earrings though. And I'm sitting there. She's little, small. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I would. She's showing me pictures of her son and her daughter closer to my age. Her son's 30. Her daughter's 25. I'm thinking, my head's spinning a little bit. You know what I mean? How could we? You know what I mean?
Right.
Birthday's coming.
Okay.
Feliz Navidad.
But you're concerned she's looking for younger peeps.
Well, at the place we're at, it was pretty much a divorcee pickup spot for like cougars to pick up like guys who have money. And I didn't want to lie to her. I don't have any. So I'm like, look, if you're playing the young card, I'm your guy. I got a couple of weeks left in my 20s. If you're looking at bank accounts, there's plenty of other options here. So anyway, we've been texting a little bit. And today's my last day being in my 20s, so we've been texting. I was like, look, if you're trying to have... I'm going to read the exact text. Let me read it for you. All right?
I want to hear the reply.
All right, so Annie. Scroll up. So I said, we're talking about how'd you sleep, whatever. I said I didn't really sleep much. I'm 30 tomorrow, so that's been on my mind a lot lately. She goes, oh, happy birthday. I said, thanks. She goes, any special plans? And I said, so if you were hoping to sleep with a guy in his 20s, we missed the boat. What I said to her.
What?
She goes, that's a big one. Oh my God. Never have before. I wonder how that might be.
Oh my gosh.
I said, well, tonight's your last chance with me in my 20s. Right? And then I don't know why I said this. She goes, I said, don't worry. If it's not me, you're very attractive. There's going to be plenty of guys in their 20s that are going to want you.
That's nice.
Right? She goes, well, let's see about that. What time are you done?
Whoa.
Or is this a line you use? Need to see driver's license, and I've never done it on the first date.
Oh, my gosh.
And I said, that's what they all say. Me neither, with a winky emoji. Plus, my driver's license isn't a great picture.
You don't send the license.
Why would I send her a picture of my license? But no, I don't.
Not even the birthday?
And she goes, so you don't have an Instagram? I'm like, you're 56. What
Come on, grow up.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. I'm like, I can't even escape. You know what? She sends a lot of filtered pics, too. And I'm like,
oh, man.
But I do. You know what? And I don't even know why I want to sleep with her. Is it because I want to just do it because I want to get it while you can, Or is it that I'm hoping she makes me breakfast in the morning, that she'll do my laundry eventually? She's a very, you want to know what it is? She's a very...
It is what it is.
Tattoo, 2021. I'm going to get a tattoo saying it is what it is written on my back, and Mark's not a fan. Leave comments in the thing.
That's a huge mistake. I mean, that has to X-night at least 60% of the dating market.
By the time they see my tattoo, we've already had sex because I'm walking to the bathroom.
Well, no one's going to end up like this is long-term dating market. How about that? No one will date. I would say 80% of people won't date someone long-term whose tattoo says it is what it is.
But if I find that 20 percentile, who would?
I guess it narrows it down.
They might be the keepers.
I don't know if you want to stay with those.
Because I have a tattoo. No, but at the end of the day, I really do want to find somebody that I'm crazy about. But I just don't know.
I think that's a bad mentality. You'll be looking forever. Right? Come on. You got to be realistic about,
What's realistic? Just settle?
Do you think your grandparents were crazy about each other? Or do you think that generations before them were crazy about each other and they had this? No, it was musical chairs. And you ended up with what you got. And you
ended up with who didn't go to war.
Exactly. Or the guy who
came back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who wasn't murdered. And if he was
so you
murdered,
didn't die. Right.
You know what I'm saying, though.
No,
It's like you can't romanticize everything.
I want to look across the room, and I want to see her and the way she just is almost sculpted. Like, holy shit. Of all the gin joints and all the land, she walked into mine. I want to think about of all the fucking girls that I've come across, of all the wrong turns, of all the lefts when I should have went right, of all the nights where I woke up next to somebody and said, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of my house. Of all the nights that I said, I spent $300, I'm hungover, and I don't even know where I parked my car. Of all the nights that of all the days that I struggled with myself and understanding who I really was and what I was trying to be and trying to become, I want to just be with somebody where I say, it was all worth it for you. And maybe I need to look at myself in the mirror one day and say that, it was all worth it for you. All that for this. I just hope that my 30s, if you ask me, in the final minute of my 20s or my 30s hold in store is that when I do reach 40, whenever that will be, 10 years from now, I hope that I'm sitting here with you. Maybe it's a different room. Maybe you finally got that barn. Maybe I finally got that house. We're sitting and we're talking over some drinks. We're saying, you know what? We made it, Fifth Avenue. Avgalamono, baby. I feel strong. Happy birthday, man. Thanks. Another decade in the books.
Happy birthday, Rob. We love you.
Get it while you can, bro.